from perspective of the Spanish team, and on the other hand, Britain will be happy that still they basically starting the game again because it's 14-14. So I think, exactly as you said, it's very tactical, and at some times of the quarter it was a little bit messy, let's say, trying to test your ability in this first quarter into the farther stage of this game.
Well, Collins, who's a long time ago now, but a college career, she was a big-time scorer at St. Bonaventure's in the A10. Nice early post-up. Green gets it, goes to the far side of the ring, gets contact. And Lara Nichols. It's always Lara Nichols' laterals where she has some issues, so the more you can try and go at her on the dribble, you normally get rewarded. Rachel van der Waal checks in for the first time, and Joanna Leedham just about gives them an option, turns the corner. Collins, far side of the ring, over the top, doesn't catch the iron, and Silvia Dominguez. And both teams, well, they've already played each other once in prep. Both coaches know each other so well. It's not a surprise that both teams look like they know exactly what their opponent is doing. Someone's got to help lead them down low, otherwise this is going to happen. And she blows it, got some help from Green at the end. And Lara Nichols, and you'll notice, because in your situation as a player, sometimes you would switch on to the bigger player. Sometimes the bigger player doesn't like the smaller player underneath them. They don't actually know where they are.
We usually tested it at the trainings when we played one-on-one against each other to really help each other tactically. But Lara Nichols needs to score these 2 points.
Oh, totally. Joanna Leedham just needs to find a way of getting herself going, going to go travel. I don't think she did, but the referee did, and it's far more important than me.
Yeah, Jo Leedham is not the player who's going to give up, even though she hasn't had the best start of this game, no. Percentage-wise and stuff. So we probably will see really good actions from her again.
They turn down the ball screen, penetration and kick. Silvia Dominguez thinks about the three, tries the ball fake, spins off the glass for two, and it's sweet.
That was a little battle between short players on the court. Silvia Dominguez against Steph Collins. Great individual action from Spanish point guard.
You do not have to be 1.90 m to play this game. It's the great thing about this game.
I think it gives a hope to many players, what you just said, Mark.
Green outside, attacks it on the dribble. Strong move, blocked by Nichols. Green stays with the play, and they get a new 24 because Spain did control. Moncanada inside, in the lane for two. Green gets after it, whistle on the play, and Moncanada will go up for two. And again, it's that late whistle that we've talked a few times. It's almost like she wouldn't have called that if she'd have scored.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say that's quite promising minutes for Green, for British team. And it's good for the next game on Sunday, because obviously Temi Fagbenda is the quality player with the WNBA experiences, regaining a Polish League MVP as well. But she needs someone else to her. And I think Green looks really well in today's game.
Moncanada makes two from the line. MVP of the British Championship Games, so should come into this tournament with some confidence. Well, Dominguez has also come off the Spanish finals. And Moncanada in the passing lane, and Leedham has a chance in transition. Guarded by Dominguez, finds Collins, wants the ball. Van der Waal gets the first look, poor pass. And Green is called for the unsportsmanlike foul. And you have to say experience.
Yeah, experience and great position of Lara Nichols guarding that, being in that passing lane, that she didn't really give any doubts to referees to call it as a foul because she was there.
So they're going to check that in terms of an unsportsmanlike on the film, which I tend to think, yeah, fair enough, let's agree with it, and we're going to get a look at it ourselves. There's no unsportsmanlike foul at all. In fact, it's questionable whether there's a foul, but look, there's probably a foul, but let's take a look.
Okay, perfect.
If anything, there's a foul on Green on the pass, and the arms were just caught up.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a regular foul, okay? Yep.
I think we just heard with the table set, and it's a regular foul.
Just a regular foul.
Okay.
And they've called the foul.
We can see that Coach Lucas Mondello is really playing the bench players in this game so far. All his leaders sitting on the bench, either if it's Asu Endor, if it's Leila Palau, Marta Jagai, they're all sitting on the bench getting some rest minutes.
Kavas. Dominguez will lift. Nichols comes high. No high-low option. Dominguez with the ball screen. Tries to turn the corner. Gets in the lane. Stops and pops. Nichols is on the glass, but Collins just wanted it more. And Van der Waal will advance the basketball. We're tied at 16, and it's been a tough few minutes. And Van der Waal, great take. And she's so good in transition when the defense is not set.
Yeah, and she's not only good, she also has experiences from the Spanish league, Liga Femenina, so she should know how to play that style of basketball.
Free throw line that will give GB the chance to lead. And Van der Waal's perfect from the free throw line. Endor's going to come back. And now Nichols makes a, I'm not very happy to go out type walk to the bench, but Endor's back. But she's never happy to go out. That's nothing different. She just wants to play.
She's that fight player. She wants to give everything and always gives everything out there. But it's one experienced player substituting another, and the rest, again, the bench player staying in the court.
GB, a little matchup defensively. Nice switch defensively. Nice duck in by Endor. Should be two and blows it. I think the same problem. Jo Leedham's almost underneath her arm, and she doesn't really feel safe coming down almost. Here's Collins, chance to increase the lead for Great Britain. Van der Waal. Leedham. Puts it up with no time on the clock. And that's the way to box out. Kavas leads the break, gives it up. Bina for three, got it. You've got to protect the basket, but then you've got to channel out quickly, otherwise that will happen to you against this Spanish team.
Yeah, it comes to communication, because once you're protecting the basket, when the player recovers, you have to go back to your player. You can't leave him wide open.
Moncanana, ball fake, goes up, two, tough move. Great read, now she's got to get back, but Silva Dominguez doesn't look to push. The Seven Oaks Sun from Great Britain. It's a great duck, and Van der Waal got caught underneath the cut. You can't let them beat you on the front cut. Stepping over the top is going to really, especially the smaller players, going to give you issues.
One thing the Spanish team does really well is to flash into the middle of the paint in that open spot what British is offering to them. So I think that has been great cut, as you just mentioned, into the middle for the possible high-low or the action itself.
Mass substitution for Great Britain. They take 4 out, put 4 in. Only Van der Waal remains. Samish and Takbenley come back from the starters, although Van der Waal's normally a starter. They go long out of bounds. Endor and Palau back for Spain. Endor, high post, takes the jumper, buries it.
Yeah, Campbell needs to really close her out, because this is way too easy.
Far too easy. Jones will handle. Samuelson and Jones combined. Takbenley, one-on-one with Endor. Great matchup. Goes straight into the defender though, but she's got that much athleticism. Still has the composure, gets the 2. Great read, but recovered. Solon, great look by Takbenley. Van der Waal for 2, and Palau just wanted to scare her a little bit.
Yep.
But Great Britain open out the 3-point lead, 24-21, halfway through the second quarter. Well, we can call it technical. We can call it Coach Bucetta for Great Britain thinking about Sunday. But he can think about Sunday and keep one eye on tonight's game. They lead at 24-21, 5:02 to go. and Mandelo's got some questions to answer.
Yeah, I think Coach Mondel feels that the Spanish offense doesn't have that usual flow what they always have, and this has been great read from Rachel van der Loo, knowing that Casas is off dribble and she can't do anything except for the pass. So here we see some stats bench with 13 for Britain from the bench, great, and also points in the paint from the Britain, which you kind of question that because it's great performance from Britain to push the ball down there from Temi Pfagbenda and Green as well. So I think it really works well in this game.
But I think the biggest thing it tells you is that Spain are taking Great Britain seriously because it's a technical game, because it's it could be a group winning deciding game. That's the one thing it could do. But because a win for either team will guarantee at least a playoff spot on Monday. But what you have to say is that at some point, and Mondelo doesn't like the situation, so Zagai comes back, Anna Cruz comes back, La Palau's already been back. So it's only Pinar who's the different player, and that's Laura Nichols who's sitting.
Yeah, and we've seen very similar scenario in that yesterday's game against Ukraine, when Coach Mondelo was really rotating his players the first half, but the second half he was fully relying on his experienced core. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to have the same kind of game tactic for today's game.
Zagai with Fagbenle switching. They go high-low. Endor.
Yeah, and unless someone's going to be there on the split line to help for this low pass, Endor is going to score every time on the short players.
You have to go front and back, don't you? You have to front and get the help. Jones on the flare. We'll take the ball screen from Fagbenle. Little pick and roll action.
Ooh.
And the key for Campbell is she's got to be able to see the ball.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
if she'd have stayed where she could see the ball, she's open and Fagbenle threw it the only place she could.
It's always that extra step you have to make to be able for that pass, especially for the player who is attacking the baseline.
Yep. So Spain, after the timeout, have closed it to 1 and get the stop, and Palau has it. Gilles with the ball screen. Nichols back in the game. Zagai, Nichols on the roll, gets the help. Short jump shot is good. And that's the other way to deal with that. The short roll gives you the pull-up jumper from 8 to 10 feet. And that's a little bit of giving time for Spain to recover to take the lead. Fagbenle slips to the hoop. Turns around off the glass for 2. Tough finish.
Yeah, that's an excellent example of why you want to be in touch with your defender to know where they are and to create a space for the shoot.
Zagai comes high, guarded by Samuelson. Pilau needs a pass. He has no pass.
Yeah, Lara Gill has been a little bit slow into the flash to the middle.
And Cruz off the glass. Oh, that's why she plays her basketball in Russia. That's why she's had time in the WNBA. Great athleticism to the far side of the ring.
And she has such a strong penetration move because of her quickness in her feet. It just gives her always advantage against the defender.
Samuelson, and that to me is an unsportsmanlike foul because all Palau did was hold. And I have no idea why a hold is not an unsportsmanlike foul. Watch here, there's the roll. That's an unsportsmanlike foul.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll defy any official to tell me that's a basketball action, and why it's because she stopped to go into the hoop.
Yeah, there's no discussion of it. I think it's because it's Leila Palo. They don't look.
That's exactly why it's not an unsportsmanlike foul. And I know the referees will argue that thing with us, but Samuelson steps through, leans in, gets the drop. Carly Samuelson knows where the hoop is, knows how to score, and ticks it over for Great Britain. In transition, Cruz will find Lau Palau. They come straight back at you, Spain. They just are relentless. Gill wants it, but there's too much help. Nichols will reverse to Zagai, who steps up and takes the Jones, pulls in the defensive rebound, and Great Britain in no hurry to run, but now they'll go. And the ball.
I think right now Georgia Jones really forced that pass because it wasn't really there, and Campbell didn't want to run. Just take that responsibility, attack the defense, and wait what the defender's gonna do. And if they not gonna come to you, just pull up that jump shot.
But Campbell's got to stop to catch the pass, though.
Yeah.
Samuelson again knows where to go. Ball's knocked away with 14 on the possession, and Spain just way that they read situations is out of the top drawer. It's where every team wants to be, because they just knew there was the opportunity to double team because of where the ball was passed in. 2:26 to go in the half. Jones gets the feet set for three, is long. Leadham comes up with the offensive rebound. It's always hard to find out where the inbounder is. Leadham attacks the baseline, will spin back to the middle. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Benley with the tough one for two.
I don't think Lara Nichols could do anything more. I think that just shows the quality of Temme Fagbender. She's been there in that position already in today's game and scoring.
Cruz off the ball screen, goes at it, stops, pops, and misses the two. Little off balance. Campbell gets it to Jones. Great Britain have a chance in transition, but look like they're turning it down. Samuelson. Nice matchup with Zargai. You've got to like it. Jones had the chance to catch and shoot. Didn't. Goes to the far side of the ring, tries to scoop a tough one. Well, I have to say the neutrals from Latvia in the crowd are going for the underdog here. They didn't like that call at all.
Yeah.
Jones has got to shoot the ball.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
in that situation.
And she's a good shooter, so she needs to keep that confidence. And really, that was a great kick from Samuelsson on her, and she needs to take it.
Well, you know that unless there's space beyond the defense, if you go inside against Spain, there's going to be a lot of challenge on the shot. Exactly, Prova found last night. Anna Cruz. Nichols to the ring for two. And just barreled her way through. Jones needs to get it into the set, does so. Samuelson, going baseline, spins back to the middle, takes the tough turnaround.
Great footwork. That's been a great footwork for Carly Samuelsson.
And Leadham, it does what Leadham does, just pinches one. Fagbende to the ring, gets
and
the two. And Mandela will take the timeout with 44.7 to go. Great Britain have yet to take a timeout. Coach Bouchetta has both in the locker. Jo Leadham will always find a way on whatever team she's on to give you something. Her offense has struggled, so she comes up with steals.
She's a smart player, and she really used that momentum of the surprise because Spanish players weren't really ready. That one of the British players could stay and try to fish that first pass out of bounds. And that's really, at the moment, I think Great Britain is controlling the tempo of the game, and that's quite surprising to me because normally Spanish offense really goes into transition quickly, but we haven't really seen that. I think they're just playing the walking basketball, which suits at the moment more to the British side than the Spanish side.
Well, there's a combination of results that a win for Great Britain means automatic qualification straight away, because they'll have the 2 wins. No one can have more than 2 wins. Even if Spain beat Latvia tomorrow, they would have 2 wins, the same as Great Britain, but Great Britain would have their head-to-head. If Latvia win, they would have 2 wins, but Great Britain have their head-to-head. So a win here for Great Britain means automatic qualification. They can always get the fans can get their tickets to Belgrade. They don't have to wait for the game Sunday. They can just have a few days in Belgrade.
Yeah, why not? Of course, if the offer is on the table, why not to take it? And we've seen in today's day, second day of the championship, already a couple of surprises and a couple of good, shocking results. So why not tonight in this game?
It's not the same for Spain. If they win, they would still have to beat Latvia to make sure they won the group. After Latvia won this afternoon. So there's a couple of intriguing prospects. Nichols to the ring. Fagbende really challenged it, and if that is Fagbende's foul,
and you must kind of like
the her second foul. Fagbende leading all scorers jointly with Endor, so it's a real one-on-one matchup with the 2 bigs going 12 and 12. As we said before the game, they cancel each other out. Well, they just cancel each other out with 12 points each now. Zargai goes inside. Nichols has it knocked away, and Fagbende's just picked up a second foul. Does not want a third. Palau finds Zargai, who attacks the closeout. Jones fouls. and that'll be 2 shots. If you're going to close out, you got to force to the baseline, right? Unless the rules say to the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta kind of anticipate that she's gonna take that dribble and go into that penetration, even though it's Marta Jorgai, who is excellent three-point shooter.
And Zargai, you couldn't miss anything. Every shot was like throwing it in the ocean. You were bound to make it last night, this night. Misses from the free throw line. Chance to make it a 4-point game though. And goes 0 for 2, but they give up the offensive rebound. And you can see the frustration on the face of Handy, but great work by Gill to stay active. They switch the ball screen again. Leadham goes for the steal. Zargai for 3 is short, and that will do it. That's the 14-second reset.
And that was almost like everyone was surprised. I think officials needs to be in charge of this one, because
it was a 14-second reset, right? It was a